Abolitionism. The word sounds fancy, but really, it just means one powerful idea. No one should own another human being. In the 19th century, the idea spread like wildfire across Britain, the United States, and Latin America. Ordinary people started asking uncomfortable questions. Wait, how is this okay? And just like that, the movement to end slavery began. One of the boldest social revolutions in history. This is the story of how freedom, equality, and justice went from slogans to laws.
The roots of abolitionism came straight from Enlightenment ideas, which is liberty, equality, and human rights. So basically, it's the 1700s version of treat people like people. As Article 1 declared, men are born and remain free and equal in rights. This wasn't just philosophy, it was a moral earthquake. In Britain, the slave trade had started back in 1562 and made the empire rich, but also morally bankrupt. By 1787, reformers formed the Society for Effecting the Abolition of the Slave Trade. Meanwhile, in the US, the South said, "We need slavery for our economy," while the North said, maybe not. Tensions built like an overboiled teapot. The Missouri Compromise, the Dred Scott case, each one turned up the heat until the whole country was ready to explode.
The battle to end slavery wasn't polite debate over tea. It was loud, bloody, and global. In the Caribbean, enslaved people in Haiti said, "Enough." The Haitian Revolution of 1791 became the first and only successful large-scale slave uprising in the history. They fought the mighty French Empire and won. By 1804, Haiti was free, the first black republic in the world. But victory wasn't solo. In Britain, Quakers and evangelicals joined forces with former slaves. By 1789, over 100,000 Brits signed anti-slavery petition, a massive act of cooperation that pressured Parliament. Across the Atlantic, the U.S. Civil War became the final struggle. The question, could a nation built on liberty keep enslaved people? Spoiler alert, no.
In the United States, the Civil War became the final struggle. In 1864, Frederick Douglass spoke of the promise of freedom, a hope realized with the 13th Amendment in 1865. Here is Douglass in 1864. "No man can put a chain about the ankle of his fellow man without at least finding the other end fastened about his own neck." This speech motivated the North. The road to abolition was long and filled with struggle. Around the world, people fought, resisted, and sacrificed for promise of freedom. Meanwhile, Britain took its moral crusade to the high seas. After banning the slave trade in 1807, the Royal Navy chased down slave ships like it was an 1800s version of Pirate of the Caribbean, Justice Edition. By 1834, slavery was outlawed across the British Empire. Moreover, between 1801 and 1900, several smaller revolts joined the cause, proving that when it came to freedom, everyone wanted to be part of the group project.
Year was 1864, and the union said, "All right, you're free. Now go to school." The Board of Education for Freedmen was set up with the power to build schools, collect taxes, and run education for newly freed Black Americans. It turned out to be one of the best ideas of abolitionism in action, because apparently, the pen really is mightier than the sword.
Abolitionism wasn't just about breaking chains, it was about rewriting what freedom really meant. Freedom is the right to live your own life. Equality is the belief that every human being deserves the same dignity, and justice is the courage to fix what history broke. Eventually, these ideals didn't end with the 19th century. They inspired future movements for civil rights, women's rights, and human dignity worldwide.
Today, abolitionism lives on, not in a battlefield, but in boardrooms and streets. It's a fight against human trafficking, forced labor, and exploitation. Slavery may be illegal, but the struggle for true equality is still going strong. The 19th century dream is now our 21st century responsibility.
From the 18th century to today, abolitionism has reminded the world that no one is born to be owned. The courage of those who fought for freedom is still lights the way, reminding us that justice is never out of style.